Former Bethesda. This is okay. So this is some interesting stuff here. So I saw this article here from PC Gamer. Let me bring it up really quick. So if you look at here, this article, former Bethesda executives thinks that the studio should get more respect for the complex open worlds that it creates. Go try that shit in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, I gotta be real with you guys. I've always thought that Bethesda has this like complex in their mind where they think that they are like the fucking gods to gaming, right? Like they think that they're the only ones that create really amazing open worlds. Like again, we're living in a time where we have Crimson Desert that is way more impressive than anything Bethesda has come out with recently or lately for that matter. And it actually runs properly, which is crazy. But my thing is like the complex that they have is crazy to me because do you guys not realize, not you, but like Bethesda, does Bethesda not realize the reputation that precedes them? Which is like, you guys, yes, you make big open worlds, of course. You make big open worlds that have a lot of exploring in them. They're pretty fun to check out, but they run like shit. They run like shit. What are you talking about? You've had releases that have been broken for such a like. What are we talking about? And then on top of that too, saying something like, "Try that shit in Red Dead Redemption 2, brother." Do you know how detailed Red Dead Redemption 2 actually is? I know a lot of you guys in this chat have played Red Dead Redemption 2. I know a lot of you guys have played it, right? So like, I'm not crazy when I say that Red Dead Redemption 2 is way more detailed than most of the open world games that Bethesda has come out with. I don't think I'm crazy in saying that. The shit that you're able to do in Red Dead Redemption 2, the amount of detail in just the NPCs, the way the NPCs live their lives inside the game and all that, like, it's crazy the amount of detail that's in Red Dead Redemption 2. How the fuck are you going to pretend like that game is not something that's at your level or maybe even surpasses it in some aspects, right? Maybe not everything. Maybe it doesn't pass it in everything, but it definitely passes it in a lot of things. So to sit here and pretend like Red Dead Redemption is some sort of an insult, bro, you know how many games wish they could be Red Dead Redemption 2? Not to mention Crimson Desert damn near has the same level of detail as Red Dead Redemption 2. You know? So let's see what he actually said, because this, you know, the journalists sometimes they misconstrue stuff. Let's see. So in a new interview, Hines said that he used to be frustrated by the way Bethesda seemed to be held to a different standard than other less ambitious studios. Bethesda's games often face criticism for being janky or buggy, but they're also tremendously complex at a scale few others are willing to accept. Who else out in the world allows you to just stack up one quest after another on the fly while you're going wherever you want and doing whatever you want? Brother, Crimson Desert? Like, how are you having this interview when we are living in a world with Crimson Desert right now? Like, what the fuck? Like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear? This is what you sound like right now. Do you hear yourself, bro? You sound like you're fucking screaming at the top of your lungs right now, man. What are we doing? It's like every massive RPG has had this level of complexity or this level of open world. Yeah, Tainted Grail even tried to do that. And they're like a AA game. Actually, no, they're an indie game. Tainted Grail is an indie game. Their budget is extremely small. So what are we fucking doing? Like, you know, I think that Bethesda developers live in their own bubble. I do. I think Bethesda developers live in their bubble and they think to themselves that apparently no other video game is doing what they're doing. No other company is doing what they're doing. No other studio is doing what they're doing. They're the only ones that are doing what they're doing. And the only ones that do anything close to that is Rockstar. I think in their mind, Grand Theft Auto is the only one that does it. But then they shit on Red Dead Redemption 2. It's kind of weird, bro. But in any case, so let's see. He says, let me scroll down. Start a quest, then try and stop doing that quest, and then do something else and see what the game does. What does the game do? It says, no fucking way. Pick one of these. We're not keeping track of all this shit. Brother, there are so many open world video games that do that. What are we talking about? Bethesda games, on the other hand, don't fucking care. Go wherever you want. Try and break the game. We created it for you to do that. And you're probably at some point going to be able to break it because there's so much chaos in here. But the game experience you get for that is something you can't find anywhere else. Brother, you literally can find that in many other places. Most recently, Crimson Desert. Red Dead Redemption, you literally named one of them. Nobody gives you that level of freedom. Nobody says, walk into this room full of weapons and cast a spell or launch a grenade and watch all the shit fly around the room. They don't do that. They literally do that. Are you fucking crazy? Are you insane? Bethesda itself doesn't do that quite like it used to. Morrowind is probably where the studios wrecked the world approach and his jank peaked, but I think the point holds. They're not the strongest narrative experiences, but systematically, Bethesda's worlds can't be beat. They absolutely can be beat. What are you talking about? Crimson Desert literally beat their world. What are you talking about? Are these people insane that Bethesda worlds can't be beat? Listen, man, Oblivion is fantastic, okay? I love Oblivion. I know a lot of people love Skyrim, and that's fine. Skyrim is amazing in its own right, but I love Oblivion. Morrowind also holds a special place, obviously, for a lot of people. But the point is, you guys are out here trying to pretend like you're the only ones that do this, but there are video games on all platforms that do this. You're insane. Yeah, exactly. Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild does this too. This is rage baiting for what? I don't know. I don't know if it's maybe it is rage baiting. I don't know. You know? Because who gives a fuck if you could go into a world and destroy the world and do all this stuff if the world feels empty and it feels boring? This is exactly why Starfield died, right? Starfield is fucking massive. Starfield is huge. But Starfield is also dead. It's empty. Nobody actually had fun. Well, I wouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people didn't have fun exploring the world of Starfield. And if they did, it was in the beginning, but then it got old quick. You know, so I'm telling you, man, to try to pretend like I think the ego is just through the roof. I really do. I think the ego is through the roof. Todd Howard's ego is through the roof. All these guys at Bethesda truly think that they're making God's fucking gift to gaming, that they're the only ones that make video games like this, when video games existed like this before them, and video games will exist like this after them and during them. Because now, people are not going to use you as the standard. You know who's going to be used as the standard with open world video games? It ain't going to be fucking Bethesda. Not right now, anyway. It's going to be Pearl Abyss. It's going to be Crimson Desert. Crimson Desert set the stage for open world video games. And now when people reference previous amazing open world video games that gave you freedom and gave you the ability to do literally whatever you wanted to do for one single price with no DLC right now, it's going to be Crimson Desert. Hell, even Larian Studios. See, Larian Studios, they have the top-down camera. So, you know, click to move kind of a thing. So they're not really referenced in these conversations. But the truth is, you absolutely can reference them in these conversations. It's just a different kind of gameplay, but the worlds are massive. The things you could do in the worlds are it's insane what you could do. The amount of decisions that you can make, the branching stories, like, it's crazy. It's crazy what you're able to do. So they, like Larian Studios, their games should absolutely be put in the conversation with all this other stuff. But they usually get left out because it doesn't have that kind of third-person camera, you know, over-the-shoulder view kind of a thing. So they kind of get left out of the conversation. But they make some really, really good, like, open RPGs. Really, really good RPGs. So in any case, I just think that this is another prime example of ego. I thought that maybe the journalist misrepresented what he said, but apparently that's not the case. He's actually as egotistical as he sounds, and that's definitely a problem. Put some respect on the name of not just Todd, but this whole team that leans into the shit everybody else runs away from. Oh, brother. Wow. Everybody runs away. Okay. Wait, so you want to put some respect on the fucking 16 times the detail man when he went up on stage? I remember that presentation. Okay, I don't know about you guys. I remember the Fallout 76 presentation from beginning to end. And I remember when he got to the 16 times the detail bullshit. And boy, do I remember how they all hid themselves. It's crazy how they're like, put some respect on our name. But then those same people go completely quiet when they release Fallout 76 and it's fucking broken for a year plus. For a year plus. Honestly, like multiple years, the game was broken. Completely. And they didn't say a thing. They just put their heads in the sand. It just works, man. Yeah, it just works, right? Yeah, I know. It just works. Yeah, no, that's not quite how it happened. And then you had the whole drama with the bag as well. That was them, right? Where they promised like a certain bag and all people got was like this cheap vinyl bag and all that shit. I don't know, man. At this point, I think this is hilarious. I think this is ridiculous. And it's just further proof that, unfortunately, we live in a world where developers are so narcissistic. They're so insane in their own mind. They truly sniff their own farts. Brother, you guys are at the bottom of the totem pole right now. You guys are riding on your nostalgia. You're riding on your previous successes. You guys announced Elder Scrolls, the new Elder Scrolls, ages ago. And you got nothing to show for it. And you're telling people, oh, don't worry, it's coming. You got nothing to show for it. Why don't you focus on that instead of trying to convince everybody to put some respect on your name? Respect is earned. It's not automatic. But they know that. They just want to live in a world where that's not the case.